Turn this down a little bit. What's going on, guys? Making a quick little video for you before I start driving. I'll flip the camera around real quick just so y'all can see what I'm about to be dealing with. But it's pretty ugly out right now. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. I actually ran across another driver not too long ago. He was like, don't. It's like, man, you start the day, you just shut down. I was like, I'm about to start my day. And he was like, man, I wouldn't do it. Because, it's rough out there. He's like, I saw 2 accidents, this, that, and the third. But just like I said in my video from the other day, you gotta know that line where it's safety versus not driving. Where it's like it's safety versus having to take that risk. But, because I already have my next load lined up after this one, and I'm going home like really soon. Like, I'm only going to be out. I only have like 7 more days before I go home. So yeah, I need to. I need to do this run. So yeah, that's why it needs to happen. But anyway, I want to talk about some stuff that's kind of having on my chest a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. I've been really heavily considering going local. Just for all the reasons. I like being over the road. I love it out here, but I gotta tell you, I love being out here, but I love home and being around my family and my girlfriend even more. It's wild. But today marks 7 months that I've been with ATS, so it actually makes this video very easy to make, because I was crunching numbers earlier, just laying in bed, looking at local jobs. But I'm just like, local jobs pay more. All these companies offer you like all these large amounts of money for being over the road, but it's like you'll make up to like $80,000 in a year. That's some good stuff right there. Just what I need on a day like today. You'll make $80,000 up to $80,000 in a year, but it's just like, to make that, you got to stay out. You can't ever go home. Like, you got to be out consistently. And that's unrealistic. For some people, if that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. But for me, I have a home life, I have a girlfriend, I have a child. I want to have somewhat of a regular life. But yeah, I'll go and crunch the numbers. I'll show you guys what I mean. So right now I'm gonna pull up my ATS app, and if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was like 29,007 something. How much I've made since I've been with the company so far. So I have grossed 29,745. So I'm just going to say 29. I'm just going to say 29,750. 29,750. And I've been here for 7 months already. Like, today literally makes 7 months. So if that's what I made in 7 months, I'm going to say all things held consistent. Whether everything is going to be the exact same. I'm going to take an average so I can figure out what I'm looking at making for this year. So let's see. 29,750 is what I've made in 7 months exactly. So 29,750 divided by 7, which basically means I'm making $4,250 gross a month, which is pretty good. All right. So that's for 7 months. Okay, so after that is 12 months in the year? So that means there's 5 more months before the year is up that I've been with ATS. So 4,250 is what I'm averaging per month. I'm gonna do that times 5. Now I'm gonna do let's see, 21 T50. So I'm going to add those together, and that should give me roughly what I'll make in 12 months, or the full year I've been at ATS. 21,250 plus 29,750. 51,000. Pretty good. That's pretty good money. A lot better than what I was making as a cop. Decently more than what I was making with rail, so I can't complain. $51,000. Now, that's, like I said, an average of going home, my low weeks and my super high weeks, and including the weeks I don't get paid. That's what I'm looking at making this year if everything is held consistent. But I'm away from home. I stay out for 6-7 weeks at a time. It's just the inconsistency that comes with over-the-road life. It'd be better to deal with it if you could consistently say every single week I'm going to do this much work, I'm going to get this much. Like if I could consistently say every single week I'm going to gross $1,800, it'd be worth it. You know, you can plan around that. You can't really plan your life when you're over the road. I mean, it's cool to be able to say, you know, I stayed out for 7 weeks, so I'm excuse me, clumsy. I'm gonna stay at home for like 14 days. All right, that's cool. So I legit don't have to take vacation time from my job, because if I stay out for 7 weeks, I go home for 14 days. If I want to go on a cruise, if I want to go to the beach, I want to do whatever, I can do it in that 14-day span. So I never have to use the vacation that I will accrue at the company. So that's one upside that you're not going to get with local. But $51,000, I feel like my time and everything that I'm giving up out here on the road is a lot more valuable than a $51,000 a year salary. Now, I'm considering going to be a tanker yanker, pull tankers. If I'm looking at the tanker jobs that are back home in my area, they are talking about starting at like $65,000 a year. So I'm gonna do this: $65,000 a year. Now, how many weeks are in a year? It's what, 52 weeks in a year? 65,000 divided by 52. I think I did that right. Yeah. 65,000 divided by 52. That's 12. That's 1250. Now, that's starting. That is if you only work like the bare minimum hours, not working overtime, not working blah blah blah. But that's what you're looking at starting. $12.50 a week. Now, I'm going to take what I would projected to make with ATS, divided by 52. That's $9.80 a week. Alright? $9.80 a week. Versus home daily. Home every single day, off every weekend. You know, you can wrap your life around that. $12.50 a week before taxes. How is being home not worth it? Like, I know so many people be like, you know, being over the road is not, you know, is worth it. I love being over the road. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to knock it. There's pros and cons to both. But when you're a family man like myself, there's no way you can tell me being out here on the road is the way to go. And I mean, just the on top of that, the stress, the uncertainty, the ups and downs, the highs. I can plan my life around $12.50 a week. If I know I'm going to make $12.50 a week, which means $12.50, and then let's see, minus 300 taxes. That means I'll take home. I'm just going to bump it down a little bit. I'm going to take home $900 a week. All right. That's base as if I don't work overtime. I'm taking home $900 a week being a local driver. Imagine knowing that how much you're going to make every single week without fail. Yes, you're going to run the same routes. Yes, you're going to do this, all the exact same places, same gas stations, same people, same clerks, same cars, same traffic lights, same et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's all the same. but you can base your life around $900 a week. You can, all right? I know that I'm making $900 a week. That is 900 times 4, which is basic math. I don't know why I'm typing a calculator, but whatever. $3,600 a month take home. You know, yes, you can figure out your mortgage, your bills, your life. You can work with that because you know what you're gonna make. I mean, that's outstanding, and that's so awesome to me. Just to think about it. It's making even more sense now since I'm saying it out loud. But I mean, $3,600 a month, $900 a week. Let's see. I give my child's mom what, $500 right here a month. You know, let's see. Half the rent right now is what? I think it's about to go up $450. Phone bill is like what, $130 something. I think it's $130. It's actually less. I don't have a car. I sold the car. Got rid of all that stuff. So no car, no insurance. I have a storage unit. Blah blah blah. I think I'm paying like $150 something for that. Now that being said, I'm gonna be home. I might have a grocery bill. What I could do, let's say I'll do $100 a week in groceries. So that's $400 for groceries right there. Because I meal prep, especially when I'm at home and whatnot. I meal prep. So 3,600 minus 500 minus 450 minus 130 minus 150 minus 400. That's food for the whole month. 1970 left over. 1970 left over. Now let's say I get a car. I'll get a car and have car insurance. That's probably like what? I'm highballing. 450 minus 450 car and insurance. 1520. Of course, I'm gonna pay for gas going to and from work. So let's just say I'm paying $100 a week in gas, which is actually highballing, but whatever. Minus $400 for $100 in gas a week. Minus 400. 1120. That's the math. It's numbers right there. Can't deny that. It's numbers. Solid numbers. And I overestimate stuff too. I overestimate. 1120 profit after everything. Gas, food, bills, rent, blah blah blah, everything. Giving my child's giving my child's mother money for him, all that. I'm still pocketing 1,100. That's literally. I'm not a complicated person. Anybody knows me knows I'm not a complicated person. 1120 in my pocket. I can put that into savings every single month. Then let's say I decide to want to blow a little bit of money here and there, splurge on myself. So let's say I could take away, let's say out of that 1120, let's say I'm fucking ridiculous and I blow $500 in random shit. That's 620. Now I put 620 away in savings a month each year times 12. I'm putting away $7,440 a month into savings. That's after being reckless. And that's only at a $65,000, clumsy like I said, $65,000 a year. There's so many local jobs that there are some that are harder to get on that are paying more than that. That's base. Imagine if now let's say I worked overtime and every single year, like, and they have them out there. They have them. Anybody that's a local driver can attest. You know, if you get under a good local job, you can make easy. I'm just going to even dumb it down. I know there are people making six figures. My dad was making six figures when he was a local driver. And he still makes it now as an owner op, driving Landstar, but whatever. But when he was a local driver, he was making six figures a year. So I know it's doable. But I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit. Let's say me knowing me the way I like to work, I'm a worker, $85,000 a year. Right? So $85,000 a year divided by 52 weeks. That means my pay has gone up from $12.50 a week to $16.34 a week. $16.34 a week. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the taxes because Uncle Sam always got to get his bite out of all of it. So after taxes, let's say I'm taking home $1,200 of that, right? That's $434 coming out per week. Taxes $1,200, and not to mention, yeah, $1,200 a week take home. That means that's $4,800 right there. 1,200 times 4, paid weekly. That's $4,800 a month take home. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract all the other stuff. 4,800 minus the same numbers that I said before. Minus 400 minus 4 minus 2. That's $2,320 right there. Then let's say I get reckless again and want to spend all that kind of extra money, so $500 a month gets blown on bullshit. $1,820 goes into savings. Now this isn't pre-taxes. This is literally my expenses. I'm not a complicated person. $1,820, all right, goes into savings. $1,820 times how many months in a year? 12. That means I'm putting $21,840 away a year into savings. That literally means if I worked overtime, a little bit of overtime every single week, I could legit in 1 year have, and that's after dicking around, pulling money off all my other bills, I am legit able to put down $22,000. Let's say I wanted to buy a house, $22,000 on a house. You're telling me locals doesn't beat, and then on top of that, I'm home every single, I mean, I'm probably going to drive nights, I prefer nights, but basically I'm home every single day, off every weekend. I get to sleep next to my girl every single night. I sleep in my own bed every single night. I'm not eating truck stop food unnecessarily. I'm not blowing money on all that stupid shit. I mean, how is that not a win? Like, and I don't mind working. Like, anybody that knows me knows I'm a worker. I do not mind working. So, local seems like the move for me. I love being over the road. I love it out here. Channel will definitely continue if I go local, especially if I go become a fuel hauler, because that's a new venture for me. I've never done fuel before, so I definitely want to give it a shot. But local definitely seems like definitely the move to do right now. That's definitely what seems like the smart decision to do. So I'm definitely looking into local jobs. Still gonna be out here running hard, grinding with ATS. Ain't nothing wrong with the company. It's a good company, but it's still an over-the-road company, and you just can't beat local. So yeah, I know I made a video a long while back about pros and cons of being local and over the road. I think this is more of an in-depth video. Also, with that being said, I have a lot more experience with driving in the industry between then and now, and I think experience is a hell of a teacher. So that's that. I don't really think I have to go back and watch it, so I'm going to tread carefully when I say I don't really think my mindset has changed too much. I think right now you can definitely hear that there's more assertiveness in the decision, and the thought process is a little bit more thought out and realistic, because I'm able to crunch numbers, and also that I've done the job for a lot longer. I definitely think you'll be able to hear the difference between this video and that video, but yeah, I really don't, unless it's just a really shitty local job that's not worth it, I really don't see how being over the road trumps being a local driver if you're a family person. I mean, there's a lot of Now, that being said, there's so much more that goes in the local than just doing the job. For me, this video is about me. In my humble opinion about myself, the way I know Raymond Keith Gibbs to be and how I am as a person, I think that I could take on all the pros and cons, the bullshit and the not bullshit that comes from being a local driver, and I think that I could definitely excel at it regardless. So yeah. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna be shooting to go local. Hopefully, I would like to try to stay flatbed or heavy haul, but it's kind of hard, few and far in between to find that in Augusta, Georgia. So yes, anybody that watches the channel, don't be like, oh my god, you just said Augusta, Georgia. Like, I've been mentioning where I live. I live in Augusta, Georgia. Everybody fucking knows that. It's common knowledge, at least for my channel. It's common knowledge. Everybody knows I live in Augusta, Georgia. Not that hard. But in Augusta, Georgia, it's hard to find a heavy haul, a local flatbed heavy haul job that pays pretty good. There is one that's been on Indeed, and I've been eyeballing it for a while. But what gets me is that it's been on Indeed for a while. So it kind of makes me, and on top of that, it's like literally right down the street from my house. They could be like, hey, Randy, could you come into work? I'd be like, bet. I could get dressed and be to the yard in like 10-15 minutes. It's literally a 5 to 7 minute drive from where I live. I pass by there all the time. I can't not be at home time and not pass by the headquarters where it's at. But the thing is, the yard always has trucks in it, and they don't ever seem to move. And that seems to be a problem to me. But yeah, I'm gonna ask questions and inquire. But if that doesn't pan out, or doesn't seem to be an option or a route that I want to take, I am definitely going to look into becoming a tanker yanker. Trying to get on with, we have Pope, Eagle, Keenan Advantage. We have Pilot, Flying J out where I live. We have Gemini, which pulls the Love's trailers. So everybody thinks Love's has their own tanker trucks. They do not. They have a Love's trailer, but if you actually look at the truck, it says Gemini. So Gemini runs heavy out there. We have I live in Augusta, in North Augusta, South Carolina, which is like 5 minutes, 10 minutes down the road. It's all the CSRA area. We have a huge petroleum factory out there, so you will see all these fuel companies going in there fueling up in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's maybe 7 miles. Let's see, from my house to the interstate is like 3 miles, and then from the interstate to exit 5, which is where the petroleum is obviously 5 miles. So yeah, 8 or 9 miles from my house is a huge hub for where all these dudes are getting fuel. So getting a tanker job in Augusta, Georgia, you know, anyone can do it. But yeah, as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely going to edit this one, throw this up as soon as possible. Yeah, this is a pretty good video. It'll let y'all know where I'm at, where I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, etc., etc., etc. I'll leave my email in the comments, the description section, how to reach me. But yeah, watch this, enjoy it, tell me what you think, tell me your feedback, you know, tell me where y'all's mind is after hearing me say this. Go from there. But yeah, alright guys, y'all have a great day. I'm about to go fuel, and then once I start driving, I'm actually going to put the camera back on to show y'all some bad weather driving, kind of a video to show, it's a caveat and go back off of what I always preach. Alright guys, have a great day.